Why the Atlanta rap scene still controls the U.S. charts. 000. In 1995, two young rappers from Atlanta walked onto the stage at the Source Awards in New York City. The crowd booed them. At the time, the East Coast and West Coast dominated hip-hop, and many people didn't believe the South belonged in the conversation. Before leaving the stage, Andre 3000 delivered 5 unforgettable words. The South got something to say. That moment became one of the most important turning points in hip-hop history. Fast forward 3 decades, and Atlanta isn't just part of rap. It's one of the industry's most influential cities. From Outkast to T.I., Gucci Mane, Future, Young Thug, Lil Baby, and countless others, Atlanta has continuously produced artists who shape the sound of modern music. So how has one city remained at the center of hip-hop for over 30 years, while so many other scenes have faded? The answer isn't just talent. It's the system Atlanta built around that talent. Chapter 1. The city that built a machine, 1 o'clock to 3:30. Most music scenes depend on one generation of stars. Once those artists leave, the momentum fades. Atlanta works differently. Instead of competing against each other, many artists, producers, DJs, and label executives built an ecosystem that constantly creates opportunities for new talent. Throughout the city's history, established artists have collaborated with rising musicians, giving them exposure long before the rest of the world knows their names. Labels like Quality Control helped launch artists such as Migos, Lil Baby, and City Girls, while producers across the city continued discovering fresh sounds. Then there's one of Atlanta's most famous testing grounds, the strip clubs. Places like Magic City became more than nightlife destinations. They became unofficial music laboratories. If DJs noticed people reacting to a song, word spread quickly. Local radio picked it up, social media amplified it, and streaming platforms pushed it even further. In Atlanta, the audience often decided the next hit before the music industry did. That feedback loop became one of the city's greatest competitive advantages. Chapter 2. The sound that took over the world, 3:30 to 6:30. A great system still needs a product. Atlanta's product was its sound. During the early 2000s, producers began experimenting with booming 808 bass, rapid hi-hats, dark melodies, and cinematic production. Artists like T.I., Jeezy, and Gucci Mane helped define what the world would come to know as trap music. Behind them stood producers who constantly evolved the genre. Zaytoven brought gospel-inspired piano melodies. Shawty Redd helped shape trap's early identity. Lex Luger introduced explosive orchestral production. Later came Metro Boomin, Mike Will Made It, Southside, and many others who pushed the sound even further. Soon, trap wasn't just dominating rap. Pop artists adopted it. Country musicians borrowed it. K-pop groups incorporated it. Even movie trailers and commercials began using production styles that originated in Atlanta studios. When the rest of the music industry starts following your blueprint, your influence extends far beyond hip-hop. Chapter 3. The secret to staying on top, 6:30 to 8:30. Success can become a trap. Many cities become famous for one sound and spend years trying to recreate it. Atlanta rarely does. Every generation introduces something different. Outkast expanded what Southern hip-hop could be. Future helped redefine melodic trap. Young Thug challenged traditional ideas about flows and vocal delivery. Then Playboi Carti introduced a chaotic, high-energy style that inspired a new generation of internet-driven rap. Instead of protecting one formula, Atlanta embraces change. New producers emerge. New artists collaborate. New sounds replace old ones before audiences grow tired. The city doesn't wait for trends. It creates them. Streaming platforms have only accelerated that cycle. Artists can release music more frequently, experiment with different sounds, and build audiences without relying entirely on traditional radio. Atlanta adapted to this new era faster than almost anyone else. Outro, 8:30 to 9:30. For decades, people have predicted that Atlanta's dominance would come to an end. Yet every few years, another artist, another producer, or another movement emerges from the city and reshapes hip-hop once again. Maybe that's Atlanta's greatest strength. It's never standing still. The South didn't just have something to say. It changed the direction of modern rap, and it's still helping write the next chapter. But what do you think? Will Atlanta continue leading hip-hop over the next decade, or is another city ready to take the crown? Let me know in the comment.